So what if I told you that your inability to scale, if you fit the description above, isn't a strategy problem or what you know, it's a self-trust problem.
This is The Juice. Real conversations that squeeze the truth out of the heart-centered coaching world. Look, the spiritual space loves a filtered story. 7-figure screenshots, trust your feminine mantras, and perfect morning routines. But here, we pull back the highlight reel and talk about what's actually underneath. Hey, I'm Karla Marie. I'm a business coach, mentor, and strategist. I've been through it all. 25 years in, $1 million business, built in 14 months that feels amazing, and I know what's real and what's not. If you're into unfiltered honesty, spicy takes, and zero performative bullshit, stay. If not, this probably isn't your podcast. All right, beautiful. Let's dive in.
If you know all the strategy, done all the right things, but you're still not seeing the business growth that you really want to happen, then this video is going to trigger you in the most loving way, but that's exactly what I do anyway. Because what I'm about to tell you goes against everything you've been told about building a 7-figure business. I've worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs who have done every course, every template, have been in several high-end masterminds mortgaging their house, mind you, to get into them. They know more about Instagram trends than most social media managers, and they are doing everything: memberships, launching podcasts, selling on their stories, doing it all, running themselves absolutely rampant, trying to show up consistently and post every single day, sometimes 5 times a day. Yet, they're still stuck doing everything and not receiving much in return. They could be trying to hit that proverbial 10K glass ceiling or seeing roller coaster months where you're making bank in one and zero the next. And here's what I've discovered after building several successful businesses in my life, and most recently a 7-figure business in the last 13 months. The difference between somebody who scales and somebody who stays stuck has nothing to do with what they know. Otherwise, so many people would be rich. It has everything to do with what no business coach really talks about. Most business advice tells you, find your ideal client, create an irresistible offer, build the funnel. So what happens when you do that consistently, but you don't get results? You're literally being told what to do, but you're still here. You blame yourself, you think you need more strategy, you buy another course that just never gets finished. So what if I told you that your inability to scale, if you fit the description above, isn't a strategy problem or what you know, it's a self-trust problem. Hey, my name is Karla Marie. I built a 7-figure business in 13 months after hitting my head on the proverbial 10K glass ceiling for the last 7 years, hustling for clients, doing everything I described just before. I've been there, now I'm here, and I've discovered something that completely changed how I approach my business. It's not about having the most perfect content strategy or the most optimized funnel. It's about understanding how you are designed to work and trusting that design completely. And today I'm going to show you exactly how your human design profile line is either your secret weapon or your biggest block, and how to turn it around and be your unfair advantage. Okay, so I'm just going to dive into the lines right now. If you're a line 1, you're the investigator. You go deep. Your superpower is depth. You are the one that researches everything, who builds unshakable foundations, who people trust because you know your shit. Your content and the way you show up reflects that depth. So don't try and be surface level or trendy. Lean into being the expert. You know what you know. However, your shadows are that you fear that you don't know enough, and you stay in analysis paralysis, where perfectionism takes you over. Do I know enough to launch? But beautiful, you know more than enough. Go write that on your mirror. Make that a mantra that you say to yourself every single day. I know more than enough. Your depth is what people are craving in this surface level world. Okay, line 2, the hermit, the genius. I myself am a 5'2", and I know this line. I have battled with this line, and now I know it is one of my biggest superpowers. You probably will relate to my story if you have been on my list, if you know me. I won't go into that today. I will go into my story a little bit later on this YouTube channel, but I want to let you know what this 2 line is. Your superpower is in the effortless flow of wisdom that just comes naturally to you. Only when you allow yourself to be in your own energy. Yes, 2 lines, you need space. It's a projected line, so people will actually seek out your genius. But as long as you give yourself alone time to integrate and access those gifts, your shadows, fear of being seen, Fear of being seen as an imposter because, I don't know how I did that. I just did that. Resisting structure because it feels too boxed in, when really it has been a wonderful process to understand my process so that I can explain it to people. And the big one is doubting your gifts because they just come way too easily. So you think everyone knows what you know. But here's what I want you to know. Your genius is your business strategy. Document what comes natural to you, turn it into your methodology, and stop waiting for permission to share what naturally comes to you. Okay, line 3s, listen up. You are the experimenter. You are literally the embodiment of magic in the mess. Your superpower is your story. You are the one that has tried everything, failed at a lot of things, won at some things, and lived to tell the tale. That's not a weakness, no matter how many people have told you that you're flaky. That, my dear, is relatability. And it's what makes people trust you. Your shadows are a fear of failure. Identity struggles. The imposter syndrome that comes up for line 3s is you feel like you are still figuring things out, and how dare you share things you haven't figured out yet. But that is exactly what people need from you. You are the proof that you don't have to have it all figured out to be successful. Okay, line 4s, here we go. This is you. You are the networker, the natural people person. You bring people together. Your superpower is community. You're the one that builds connections, who creates the relationships, who makes business feel warm and personal. Your network is literally your net worth. So your shadow, fear of rejection, boundary issues because you just want to help everyone, visibility blocks because being seen means being vulnerable, but your connections are your currency. Lean into that gift. Okay, line 5s. Again, something personal. I am a 5-2. You are the heretic. You are the magnetic leader. It is a projected line, and that projection is your superpower, even though sometimes it may feel like a curse. People see you and immediately think, she can help me. She has the answer. You're here to provide practical solutions, fix things, make things better for people. And when you are aligned to that, you are absolutely magnetic. Now the shadows, and here's where the projection field turns negative. The pressure of everyone expecting you to be their savior. And then when you can't save everyone, because as we all know, that's impossible, you get villainized. You might think that you're constantly misunderstood. People don't see you as you truly are, or you have these projections onto you that you've never actually asked for. Here's the thing that is important for line 5s to remember. You are here to lead and provide solutions. The key is being selective on who you serve and what you do and what problems you solve, and setting very, very clear boundaries and standards. Boundaries and standards about what you can and cannot do. Your magnetism is a gift when you use this consciously. If you're a line 6, you are the role model. And knowing my demographic, most of you are already on the roof, which means that you've come into your full embodied wisdom. You're here to be an example of what is possible. You've just got this natural wisdom that exudes from you, that comes from your life experience. And people look at you as a role model and as a guide who has walked the path. Your superpowers are the ability to see the bigger picture that other people miss. You're naturally inspiring because you've been through the cycles and you just know yourself. Because you've been through the cycles and you just know that everything works out. If you trust that, this is a very powerful line. Your shadows are sometimes people put you on a pedestal when you just don't want to be. Or you might struggle with feeling like you have to be on all the time, especially if you're a 6-2. Like you just can't be human or make mistakes. But your humanity is what actually makes you relatable and trustworthy as a role model. Okay, now if you're watching this and saying, holy shit, that just makes so much sense, but how do I put this all together in my business? Firstly, if you have the 7-figure business blueprint, you would already have a good sense of what your shadows and superpowers are. But if you haven't, go get that. And the next step is authority era. It's where women like you, fierce visionary entrepreneurs who are ready to be seen as authorities, come to turn their energetic blueprint into something real and tangible, into content that converts into income that flows and offers that sell, and therefore making huge impact in people's lives. If you're curious, it's all in the show notes below. All the links are there. You can go read more about it. But more importantly, I want you to take what I shared today and start trusting your design. If you have the 7-figure business blueprint, dive deep, understand, ask questions, start to embody your design, because your natural way of working won't be the same as that coach or that service provider or that person that made their business successful. It is literally the way you are designed to grow. So drop a comment below and let me know what profile line you are and what your biggest takeaway from this video was. I read every single comment and I can't wait to hear from you. Ciao, ciao.
And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. All show notes and relevant links are listed below for you to dive into. And if you're hungry for more truth bombs and real conversations, follow along weekly by hitting the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as the next one drops. Anyway, I can't wait to be back in your ears on the next episode of The Juice. Ciao, ciao!